laptops webcams quality is way worse than my phone's. I just watched Sleeping Beauty for the first time in years. In detail for the first time since I was 8 years old, perhaps. Whenever I rewatched it, I kind of knew I knew it, so I didn't really watch the whole thing. Only one scene here and one scene there. And tonight I felt like I wanted to watch the whole thing. And I watched the whole thing. I followed the plot. I looked at the details of the drawings and the dialogues and how the plot progresses and the characters and the music and how it blends in with the whole piece. It is astounding. It is astonishing how well made that movie is. The drawings are fantastic. The paintings, the textures of the forest and the trees and all the wooden furniture that they have in the cottage that mixes in with the big tree growing from the house. There's all these little details of, oh, it has holes here, it has holes there, and it is so detailed. And the details are beautiful. Inside of the cottage, I see all these textures, and it feels like I'm really in the forest in a cozy cottage. So many details. When they're making the cake and the candles are running down the broom. Thinking that that's going to be okay for the party. Oh, it's so freaking funny. It's so funny. Like the palace details, the walls, the tapestries. They have the mosaics going in between the little squares and the mosaics. They sometimes match, but sometimes they don't. They have this slight mismatch that they actually do in palaces, because the mosaics don't fit exactly. They fit like almost exactly right, and the same is portrayed in these paintings. It is so detailed. And there are these effects of smoke and of magic, and it is amazing how well it's made. Oh man, those animators are amazing. The forest backgrounds. They have these imagination for three-dimensionality. Apparently they live in the forest with tons of cliffs and little jagged rocks in between all the trees. It's amazing how well these textures are made. All the landscapes are so well thought out. Sometimes they don't make sense because sometimes there's holes appearing in the middle of the road, and I think there shouldn't be a hole there. There's no sense for it to make a hole. And then they show a scene like when he's fighting the dragon, and the dragon is burning away the floor, and it looks like there's a hole in there where he can fall, and then when everything's restored, they just focus back on it, and it's all clear. It's all smooth land, so it makes little sense. But oh my god, it's well made. Oh my god, it's so well made. Amazing textures. I mean, they drew those by hand. Each frame, what did they do that with? Pencils. Sometimes there's these effects of smoke that I was wondering, is that watercolor? That's not computer animated yet? That's so creative. And the songs are beautiful, and the music exactly sets the rhythm for the movie. Everything just blends in, and everything is infusing. It's so lovingly orchestrated. That movie is lovingly orchestrated. Like I can tell it's there was creative intent there, loving creative intent in that movie. Oh man. I didn't remember a lot of the scenes. The prison break from the castle is amazing. Where he's going to the one direction and there's another direction and there's places that he doesn't know where to go. It's good. It's good. It's a good scene. It's a good escape scene. Mm. And the minions are a bit a bit caricaturesque. I think that's intentional because their own personalities for 100 evil guys, 100 evil minions sounds not that much fun. But they do a lot of details on them. They're all different. They're not just like faceless armies. They have faces. They're just a bit caricaturesque, cartoonish. Well, it is a cartoon, caricaturesque. And then all the people from the kingdom, they all have faces. They are different faces. There's not that many of them. Maybe there's like, I don't know, 50. By hand, all of them, frame after frame after frame, with expressions of, and then a lot of people in all different positions with different clothes. Prison Break is amazing. The emotional journeys it depicts are somewhat deep. They have depth. They're deep. There are plot points that do not make sense. Like, why would a king say, "Okay, take her for 16 years," and then they come back, and he's going to be like, "Okay, I just have her in 16 years," and then after 16 years, he sees them for the first time. Oh, there's an absolute love. You're my parents. Oh yes, of course I know you. It's yes, that's bizarre. But the artistry is amazing. The music, the drawings, the excitement that they infuse into the scenes. There's so much emotion, and there's magic, and I feel the magic, and there's smoke coming everywhere, and I think, why is there smoke coming everywhere? Oh, I just tilted my video. Let's tilt it. several points stuck out of me. So true. So you will have this mighty. What is it, mighty? To protect you, you will have this shield of virtue. And this mighty sword of truth. Mm-hmm. That was a resounding yes in me when I heard that. I was like, oh my God, yes. Yes, that's exactly right. Wow. I don't know if TVs and at that time had enough resolution to display all those details. It's amazing detail. Like maybe they had pictures of places and they reproduced them. There were also these landscapes in the castles. Like they would make the background of the castle, and they had all these details of like there's a drawbridge that goes over a wall, and the wall has spikes, and like the paths in the castle, they're mazy, and sometimes I think, why does that make sense? But they're complex. They have such richness of backgrounds. Oh, the cottage itself, the cottage when they're looking at it from above, this amazing idyllic hidden place, which is apparently not so hidden because she just says, at the cottage in the glen, and suddenly he knows exactly where it is. Like there's little the wooden pipe for the water to go through and to turn the water mill to do whatever they were doing. But all the details too, like the fairies are discussing, like, what, we're gonna take care of her for 16 years? Who's gonna do the cook? Who'll wash? Who'll cook? Who'll wash? Oh, we'll all pitch in. It sounds exactly like when people are getting together, like, well, how do I do this? Oh yeah, we'll work out, and a couple of weeks later things are starting to like to get a little hard, and then months later we can't stand each other because he doesn't do this and she doesn't do the laundry and nothing works, and you think that you're doing all the work but everything's dirty and it's not your fault because you do your things and you're shouting at each other. Oh, we'll all pitch in. I'll take care of the baby. Oh my God. That felt to me like really they were, in that moment, they were committing to a life. They were saying, okay, let's go live like mortals for 16 years. Now we don't know how. We never done anything without magic, and then suddenly, boom, they're in the world. They're like, what am I gonna do without magic? How do I get things done? Who's gonna do the cooking? Who's gonna do the washing? Who's gonna do the clearing, taking care of? Wow. Oh, the mortal. Minutia. One doesn't want to think about how to dust, how to broom. Just seeing when Meriwether is cleaning the house, and then all the dust pile is in the corner. She's like, what do I do with it? Where do I go? Sometimes I think about, like, where do I put this dust? Oh, it's so far away. Oh, it's so easy. It disappears. It's done. Oh, all the details. Oh, what a man. What an astonishing movie. Prison Break is great. With this something shield of virtue. And this mighty sword of truth. Harmonic waves spreading through my body. My back. My shoulders. That was good. That was good.